welcome to another episode of Paid and Passion, where we let our passions work for us. It is your host, that boy. As you guys can see, that there is no one here with me because I believe it is time that I furthermore explain what this platform is about. Tell you guys a little bit about me and what phase of life that I'm in. So, just to break it down with you guys, my name is Joshua U. Tomwin. I am a University of Georgia alum. I received my bachelor's in biology, minored in public health. Then I continued my education and mastered in public health, concentrating in health policy and management. As you guys can kind of tell by the background, I do work in the school system. I am an educator. I am a forensic science. I'm a high school forensic science teacher, and this is just the phase of life that I'm in right now. So going into Paid and Passion really came to me around my senior year of college. Uh, Unlike many people, I never really had a dream job, and I don't even think that's uncommon. But I never really had me a dream job. All I know is that when I grew up, I wanted to be successful. I wanted to impact my community positively. And, I wanted to be a family man. I always dreamed of having not a huge family, but a big family and, just living happily. But as far as what I was doing occupationally, that was just never something that I had in mind. I don't know why. But again, going into college, started out pre-pharmacy, found out I didn't like pre-pharmacy. As you guys can tell from some of my past videos, there are just some subjects that I guess I was better better in than others. So I chose science because that's just how my mind worked. But that college science, that ain't no joke. That ain't no joke. So right off the bat, I also feel like it's important to know what you don't like just as much as you know what you do like, because you know what you do have a tolerance for. And I don't have a tolerance for chemistry and all those type of things. I don't have a tolerance for blood, so I knew that I knocked all the careers that I was dealing with blood. Crazy thing, I'm teaching forensics, so that deals with blood, but I don't have to physically interact with blood. So that kind of took me on that pre-pharmacy track, but that wasn't for me. So, I just wondered, still I actually switched to biology because of my credits, and I was just knocking that out the way. But at the same time, I kind of felt, I don't want to say hopeless, but I just didn't know what my purpose was, and that's a feeling that is like no other. So again, throughout the times, through different internship, different things, I found about public health, and it really grabbed my attention because public health can really be interpreted any type of way if you just know how to say it. Public health to me is just your interaction with yourself, other people in the environment. And so when you break that down, that's really anything that you do in life, literally anything. And a lot of things that I wrote my papers on in grad school was about how education, in my opinion, was a health disparity, because based off of your education, that kind of dictates the type of job that you have in the future, where you live, the insurance that you have, uh, just so many the people that you meet. Again, that can impact your further kids you end up marrying. So many different factors of your life are dictated by your education, and the same education isn't given to everyone. The type of things that you learn in a high school level, the type of things that you learn in general, isn't the same across all boards. So that's why I feel like that is a health disparity. But that's just a little bit myself. That's enough about me. I can talk about me all day. So about Paid and Passion, so I came to Paid and Passion because I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up, but it was because of I just didn't know all the things that were out there. And so again, as you guys saw in some past episodes, I am still looking to go into like the health management field because that's something I feel kind of passionate about. I do think I want to go into like healthcare consulting, or just some type of executive position where I can oversee and really impact different people's lives on a community based level. Because at the same time, although it is big to change things on a large scale, We have to start person by person, then family by family, community by community. That's the only way we actually make a real impact. So going into Pain and Passion, my goal for this is to expose our youth to various careers and aspirations in which people have professionalized their passions in hopes of directing others in their paths. This is to expose the endless careers and interests in the younger generation to enhance success. That sounds great, doesn't it? So my mission for Paid and Passion is to provide clarity among various passions to prove anything can be accomplished professionally with the guidance of others and the self-discipline of one's authentic nature. And when I put professionally in quotations, what I mean by that is just making something, I would say, organized. You having some type of structure. Of course, especially in the United States, professionalism is kind of rooted in racism in a way. So I'm not talking about, how your hair looks, how you're dressed, all those type of things that uh, increase guidelines to kind of root people out of the jobs that they really need to be, despite their education, despite their qualifications, despite their, you know, intellect. But at the same time, we do have to govern ourselves in a certain way when we are in these certain areas. I'm a teacher and I can't just come to school, uh, sagging my pants. I can't come to school and just start cussing a storm while I come inside the classroom. That's just not professional. At the same time, I'm not saying that, if I had dreads, I can't have dreads, or, I can't have an afro. Things like that is not what I mean by professionalism. So, I just want to clear that up. Even with this Paid and Passion, this was a project that I've been thinking about. I've talked to different people, and it was just always been a thought. I have voice memos on my phone. I have just random thoughts, but I listened to one of my friends' podcasts. Shout out to Chris. Um, his podcast is called Powered by Paradox, and in one of his episodes, he was saying, "There's always people who say they're gonna start something and they're gonna start it next year. It's February and people say, I'm gonna start working out next year. You have 10 more months in the year." Uh, so literally, when I heard that, I was like, I gotta start this now. So I gotta do something tangible. So, I have my Google Doc, and I literally just started typing all my ideas, typing everything out, everything that I've ever said to someone, everything that I've ever said out loud, and typed it out just to have something tangible. Because now I'm starting with my steps. So what created this vision? Again, my personal career journey and the differences that I see within my friends with those who have traditional and non-traditional careers, but at the same time, we're all successful. And especially those who have traditional uh, majors in college, but at some point in their journey, they switched to something that was, I would say, more uncommon, or just something that you never really heard about. So that's something that created this vision. And when I was searching how to be a consultant. Um, Nothing. Like things like even to this day, I really don't really know what a consultant is, what they do, and I couldn't imagine all the other people out there who are, interested in a career, and you Google it, you YouTube something, and you still are just as confused, if not more, after. The verbiage that they use, you'll just be like, what? Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? I'm confused. So again, that was kind of what that was about. Uh, so again, I have so much stuff written around here, and one thing that I do want to make sure you guys know is that when you guys do have a project, when you guys are wanting to start your own thing, or even if you want to go into something that is already created, it is important to write those things down. You have to write it down because you think you're gonna say you're gonna remember and you won't. There's so many things that I said I'm gonna remember, and I don't remember them. I had to write them down. I personally want to say the hardest thing about this platform was creating the name. I had the goal, I had the mission, I knew what I wanted to do, I knew how I wanted to operate it, but now what am I going to name it that is marketable? So I have a whole list of names I used to type. I'll say some of them: Stewart's Key, the Golden Key, Nepotism Key, Paid by Passions, Passion Paid, and then I was in the shower, scrubby dubby dubby, you know, good Dove soap, and I was thinking about it. The thing about it though, if you love something forever, you're gonna think about it all the time. And I was thinking about this all the time. I'm in the shower and I said paid in passion. I said, got it. And then when I said I turned the water, I didn't even finish the shower. Well, I finished the shower after I wrote it down. But I got out the shower, opened up my laptop, paid in passion. Cause you think you'll remember, but you won't. And that's something I had to remember regardless. Cause that name, moi, paid in passion. Let your passion work for you. You know, that's my little motto. You feel me? You gotta have a little motto. Um, So again, my audience is really anyone who is out there looking for their passion, anyone who is, just feel lost, feel like they don't have a purpose. Because I do feel like everyone has a purpose, everyone has a passion. You just have to, one, you have to go looking for it. If you're looking for your passion, you will see it, you will understand it, it will reveal itself to you because it's essentially what we do all the time, what we do every day. You know, your passion is something that's, I would say, innate in you. You just have to trigger it. You know, again, other episodes that I've been talking about, um, we see all these rappers, boxers, athletes who started their journey later in their life, and they end up in this professional world that only 1% of humans are in. This is their passion, but without tapping into that, uh, they would have never figured that out. What I kind of figured out by myself now is that I was always talkative since a kindergarten. Every teacher that I've had, every parent teacher conference, every phone call, Joshua is talkative. He's a good student. He gets all his work done. He's talkative. And they made it seem like it was a bad thing, but I feel like they should have tapped into that. When I say they is really anybody. They should have tapped into that. If I like to talk, put me in speech classes where I'm, actually verbally saying things out loud for a good cause. Morning announcements, speeches for the class. You know, I forgot what those things are called. I haven't been in what's it called, pep rallies. Let me speak for a pep rally. All these things are really to tap into what you need to be because again, that is a gift. Everyone isn't able to speak out in large crowds. And I was able to tap into that in college, and I didn't really know that because I used to host events where I'm literally, and I never did anything like that, where I'm literally talking in front of hundreds of people, and I don't care. Like I'm not gonna say I don't care, but I'm just having fun with it. I don't think about it as a big thing. Not saying I don't get nervous, but my type of nervous isn't to crash down. My type of nervous is, wow, I'm doing this. Let's get it. I get hyped doing stuff like that. So I'm talking in front and stuff like that. Even my students, first day, literally, they're like, "Mr. You seem nervous." I was like, not necessarily. Like, I don't know y'all. Y'all don't know me. So it's my first time in this situation. But, we gonna get cool. We gonna get cool. And, I hope they love me now. You feel me? I hope so. I'll be putting them on game a little bit. That's the type of teacher I am. I'm the type of person, like, what you want to do? All right, cool. Let me hook you up with the network that I have so I can help your progress. The main thing about paid and passion is I'm against gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is keeping the black community down. There's so many of us who do so many great things, and we feel like if we tell someone younger than us that they're challenging my position, which to me doesn't make sense, And that's how I feel. If I started at level 0 and at the end of my career I'm at level 20, I'm gonna put you on game so that you're starting at level 5, but now you got to make it to level 50. There's no point in getting a head start if you're gonna end up at the same place that I am. And so this is how we really uplift the community. This is how we actually break generational curses and actually build generational wealth. We do it by community. One person in Clayton County It's not going to make them say, oh, Clayton County is this. But as a community, we're rising. Well, I'm from Clayton County. Clayton County as a community, if we're rising as a district, as a county, as a community, and we're actually helping each other out, saying, okay, this is where you're struggling. This is who I know. This is what we need to do. Oh, you like doing this? Oh, I used to work. I used to work over there. I'm gonna put you on. Here's a reference. At the same time, everybody has to be doing what they're doing. Everyone has to be looking for their passions. Everyone has to be putting in some type of work. You know, um, I can't put you on. I can't put you on game if I see that you're a lazy worker. I'm wasting my time. I don't do that. My students who I just put it out there, students. If you have a career that you're interested in, please let me know so I can put you in contact with either a classmate that I know, a old coworker. I can just do more research because I'm more knowledgeable on the subject of anything. I've been to college, I've been to grad school, so I can help you out with something. There's some who will, and just like that, oh, traveling nurse, I got somebody for that. Boom. Oh, you want to go into music? I got somebody for that. Boom. Oh, you like clothing? Oh, I got something for that. Boom. You know, and I literally hit them up and let them know. So just like that. Um, again, as far as my audience is for youth, for the youth, and young adults who are in the beginning of their careers, really trying to understand if they should go into a career or not, if they should go into a field. But at the same time, this is for anybody. Um, you're never too old to go into your passion. You're never too old to change careers. I feel like you should do what you love because that gives you purpose in doing it each and every day. That gives you motive. That's your motivation in doing something each and every waking up every day is knowing what you're doing is for a purpose and you enjoy it and you were made for that. You were made for that. Uh, a few inspirations that I have about people like this because again I like looking at different things. I like reading up on different people who not necessarily in the same states as me but use their situation in their that they were in and turn it around for the good of themselves and for other people. um I don't know if you guys are familiar with $1 million worth of game. It's a great podcast. I recommend it to everybody. The main, but specifically, who I want to talk about is Wallow or Wallace Peoples. He is an example of someone who was very troubled. He went to jail for 20 years at a very young age, and he did all 20. And usually, that will break someone down. 20 years, especially in the 90s, you know, shortly after the 90s, we started going into the technology era. So there is so much things you're missing out on. But what he was doing, he was interviewing people, new inmates when they're coming in. Oh, what's new out here? What's new out here? What's going on? So again, that's how you found out about YouTube, Google, social media, all these new things that are quickly rising. Because when you come out and you don't know these things, you're literally in a whole new world. Everyone has cell phones. Everyone's using the internet. Like, imagine not having that and then coming out and everyone got iPhones. Like, you're just like, what is this? So again, he's just gaining all this knowledge. He found out about social media and he started to build his brand. And once he came out, he was on it. He was on it. I want to say he had like, after a couple months of being out of jail, being in jail for 20 years, he had like 60,000 followers. And he was using that for his good. So even from that, he started uh, he started a podcast with his cousin. Just different things. You guys should definitely go read into that. I'm not going to try to give a whole description of his life, but again, this is just someone who was down bad. He got the consequences of his actions, but he didn't use that. He didn't use that to keep him down for the rest of his life, and that's kind of what I'm here to say. Like, no matter what stage of life you're in, no matter what you're going through, you're never too old to turn it around. Like, but you got to be looking for it. You literally have to drive. You have to have the drive within to go get what you want. And again, keep in mind, Most of the time, you're not gonna get paid for it until a certain moment. I don't get paid for this, but I'm working on it like I get paid to do it. And you know what that means? I'm giving it my all. I'm giving it my all, like sleepless nights. People who say they want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't realize entrepreneurs work more than people that do 9 to 5s. People say they want to be. Some people say they want to be entrepreneurs because they don't want to do a 9 to 5. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. Yeah, you're gonna work at 24/7. When you're an entrepreneur, you got to work on your craft by yourself, not necessarily by yourself, but whatever you put in, you get out physically, tangibly. Whatever you put in, you get out. You stop doing it, you stop getting outcomes. That's another reason why I will continue. This is something I want to do for the rest of my life. If y'all haven't noticed, I'm very passionate about it. I like helping other people. I like talking to people. I like building genuine relationships. I like networking. I just find a lot of things. I like learning new things. I just feel like people. Everyone has a unique story. Why not share it? But everyone's not able to view everyone's story, but based off of their own personality. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I did the whole video and it had died, so now it's back up. So we're about to resume. So I wasn't done with talking what I was talking about. You feel me? Let me do a little fit check. You know, I'm one of them cool little teachers. You feel me? So I got the flannel on, got the black Dickie pants on, got the Balenciagas. It's like Vapor Maxes, Air Maxes, whatever they're called. Air Maxes. These things. All right. Someone else who I respect in the game, someone else who I admire, who basically turned their life upside down, and that's Steve Harvey. Um, if you guys don't know his story, his history, I definitely recommend just to look at all the things that he has done. But he is someone who did a lot of different things to end up where he is now. He boxed, he sold cars, he was a mail carrier until he reached the point of comedy. Who and comedy is literally joy for the heart. No matter what mood you're in, it's going to uplift you. And that's something that he was great at. That's something that he excelled in. And a major thing that he realized even with himself was that comedy didn't have to be the only form of communication that he needed with the world. And once he realized that, we can see how much he skyrocketed into everything that he is now. He hosted the events. He hosted he hosts Family Feud now. He had his own Steve Harvey show. He's been in movies. He's just been in so many different things, touching and inspiring so many different people. Where it initially started in comedy, and so that's even where I look into myself. I can be doing what I'm doing now, or however I was doing it in the past. But I also don't want to limit myself to just one avenue in reaching different types of people and inspiring different types of people regardless of my age, regardless of my education, regardless of my upbringing. I can do that. And something else major that Steve Harvey again talks about is in those times of failure. Like I mentioned in a past episode, are the two things that should come out of failure is a lesson and a blessing. But again, that just all depends on the individual. You see why you failed, you learn the steps and see what you did to fail, and now you overcome. The devil trying to work hard, my God works harder. Then finish the video again, and now you know what it said? No storage. But there ain't nothing on here. But guess what? We're gonna continue where we left off at. So as far as my future goes, my first thing is to increase my followers and views on all platforms. Like I mentioned earlier, I do believe education is a health disparity, and I do feel like these videos incorporate education. You know, you learn something from these videos. So I do want to be able to use this platform to impact different people's lives, hundreds to thousands, to eventually millions, because it's just a trickle effect if you're able to impact all these different people, you got to think about all the people that you interact with on a daily or monthly or yearly. So that's 10 people. All with those 10 people who they interact with individually all year, based off of the things that they know, things off the things that they do. You know, you never know. You watch this video and you're just like, oh wow, I know someone who wants to be a fashion designer or a stylist. I know someone who wants to be a film director. I know someone who wants to be a photographer. I know someone who wants to own their own boutique or do e-commerce. Hint, hint. Those are my past videos. Um, and you can help them out with sharing these videos. So that's something that I feel like can increase my followers and views. At the same time, I do want to highlight all the love that I've received um, from my launch, December 24th, 2022. Um, it was all the messages that I received really mean a lot to me because I mean, I can admit, I want to be authentic with you guys. I want to be vulnerable. I was kind of insecure about starting this thing because I just didn't believe that it would receive receive that outlook on it that I thought it should, or like what I knew that it could get. So that's kind of what pushed it on forever and ever until there was a point again. I just had to do it. I just had to get it done. But other messages that I've received, I've actually screenshotted them and put them in a folder because there will be a point where there is a blockade in this journey. There will be a point where I reach a point that I don't want to continue this, but I have to. I will. I've already determined it. And I know those times will come because anything great, anything worth being great for will have its struggles. And one of those struggles will be quitting. But again, I understand it and I see all the people who do appreciate it, who do see the vision before I even see it myself. So again, I really and definitely appreciate you guys. Second, I want to build a greater personal network and meet high profile professionals. Um, what I mean by a greater personal network is that I want to just meet more people. I enjoy these conversations because I am talkative, you know. I like learning different things on a personal level, just as a lot of people do want these things on a personal level. How does this person actually react? How did this person actually operate in doing what this person is doing? And again, all these people that I am interviewing so far are my friends. These are people, my friends in some shape or fashion, people that I either grew up with or people that I've met, and we just had, you know, a cool bond, you know. And as we further our conversations throughout, however long it takes, that's when we kind of find out what each other does, and we're just like, oh, you do that, you like that. Oh, we got to connect, we got to tap in, we got to tap in, because again, there's so many people who do so many great things, but at the same time, you do have to have those genuine relationships to even have the ability to ask them to interview or to ask them, how did you do this? How did you do that? Because people aren't just going to, some people just don't have the time to just talk to anybody unless they feel like they have a genuine relationship, which is understandable. Next, as far as high profile professionals, all these people who I've interviewed thus far, and a lot of the people that I have planned are, you know, very younger. We're between like the ages of, I would say like 20 to 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Well, not that much, 35. But we're still young in our careers, you know. So I love to interview people who are, you know, have those 10, 15 years of experience. Although I do plan on re-interviewing everyone that I've interviewed over a course of years just to see the growth and what everyone is doing and, you know, to get that perspective. But someone who I have in mind as a high profile professional who I would love to interview, especially since they're in such close vicinity, and I've literally watched them. We all watched this person grow in the city of Atlanta. Is Tyler Perry, from his plays with Medea and House of Pain, things that we used to watch weekly, to, you know, his movies and plays and shows getting more, his audience growing into more and more areas and states and countries, to the point of he literally has a whole street in Atlanta on the west end side, like Tyler Perry Studio Boulevard, something like that. And it's just like, wow, this person not only is a very successful black director, but he's a great director in general. You feel me? So he's just someone great who I would like to have, a connection, again, a genuine connection with, not just someone that I interview, but someone, I can even ask for advice and it's coming from a genuine place. And so there's definitely plenty of other people that I would love to talk to, but that's just someone right now. Uh, I would love to create a paid and passion networking event where I'll host this event with past people with interview that I've interviewed different professionals, different people, and literally all careers and aspirations. Just come chop it up, network, have a little fun, but not too much on that right now. I'm gonna get to that point, and y'all stay tuned for real, because I just want to build our network, build each other up, so that we can break these generational curses and build this real generational wealth. Um, Another thing that I want to do is give speeches and hold panels to inspire teens and young adults, and really anybody in general. Again, these can be at colleges, high schools, town centers, community places, really anywhere that I can kind of inspire and help out, and just have a group of people with me to come talk. Um, Even talking about all these things, one way that I connect with my students is through Song of the Day. As you guys can see, the whole board is actually really dirty, but I let them express themselves on here. You want to draw, you want to write, just do that. But the song lyric for today was, "You got higher dreams when you fly. Until then, you will never reach the sky." And although that's a song lyric, it has such a deeper meaning. Until you have that drive within yourself, until you want to have the desire to achieve more, that's kind of flying. That's when you have your higher dreams. That's when you think of more things that you can do in your life. That's how you can find out ways that I can be successful. But the thing is, you have to want those things for real and actually do the actions. You actually have the doors of opportunity can be there. The keys to the gate can be there. But until you make that walk, the walk can be 20 miles. Until you make that walk, until you go to the door and continue to knock with the intentions of it being open one day, not just knock today, oh, it didn't open. Oh, I tried today, it didn't work. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna try no more. Nope. You keep knocking on that door till it opens, if you really want it. But until that moment, you're never near the sky. If you don't even want to attempt to go knock on that door, if you see the gate is 20 miles away and you're just like, oh, I'm straight, you will never be near the sky. You will never be near the success that everyone kind of desires. And again, success doesn't have to be something so tangible like, wealth and cars and houses and things like that. In my opinion, success is just having that genuine happiness and content in what you're doing. Not content as in, you know, this is what I'm doing in life. I don't want to really do anything else more, so I'm straight. Nah, content as in, wow, I'm actually happy with everything that God has blessed me with. And I'm glad that I've actually worked hard for all these things. Wow. That's my definition of success. And then you can add your more tangible or whatever things you want to add to it. I do want to have merchandise that is actually in the works. And this is just another way for me to, spread paid and passion, just to help share it, just to help it be known to a whole bunch of different people. And yeah, it's not gonna be none of that lame stuff. You feel me? It's gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little song. It's gonna be something I'm aware of. Stuff I'm gonna want to wear it. You won't want to wear it. So again, we're definitely closing off. One thing that I want to put out there is that I'm open to critique. If you want to be great, you gotta be open to critique. You have to be. And I want to learn. I want to be better at what I do. So if there's anything, literally anything, please, please, please let me know. If there's a career, if there's an aspiration, if there's a path that I haven't talked about and you really want to know about, comment it, DM me, anything, to the point of I will go get that information for you. Because I promise you, you're not the only person with that question. You're not. So I'm gonna do that for you. Uh, if there's anything that you feel like I should do better, there's some things that you think I do that you don't like, let me know, because I'm trying to cater to all people in one way or another. Of course, I can't. I'm not even gonna say I can't do that, but definitely just let me know. Of course, if you be like, Josh, I don't like how your glasses look in this video, dislike. Guess what? You can go listen to the podcast. But I don't know why you want to watch the podcast. We can just look at me. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say too much though. Something else that someone has said is that actually multiple people have said this, which is crazy. They want my personality to show more in these videos, which I don't know how I can really do that. I feel like I'm myself anyway with everything that I do. But I understand it to an extent because more people have said it. And for those who do know me personally, I feel like I do have a unique personality. I'll let people explain that, but I've heard it. So I'm just sharing that information with you. So I know that's one way that I'm gonna have to think about how I do that. So if you guys aren't familiar with how I end my videos, which you guys should be, I always end with a riddle, something that gets your mind flowing. So for today, because there's no one else with me, and the question I'm about to ask, I obviously know the answer. The first person to comment the answer, you can comment it on Instagram. Comment, not DM. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna say thank you. Not gonna comment it. So you can comment it on Instagram or YouTube. I think you can comment on podcasts, but that's for you guys to try to do. But the question is what is the question? The question is, what is more useful when it's broken? What is more useful when it's broken? It's not a clock, because a broken clock is only right 2 times a day, and that's not more useful than a regular clock that is right all times in the day. So whoever comments first, you'll get a little 30-40% off some merch, you feel me? A little discount. There will be more discounts. I love doing giveaways. I love giving out free things. Well, I don't like giving out free things, but if I can help, I'm gonna help. If I'm gonna give away, I'm gonna give away. So thank you guys for tuning into Paid and Passion. Let your passion work for you, and it's better be saved this time.